Water. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink, he says, with my nan's scarf wrapped round his head like a turban. And I go, what now? Did you want me to kiss you? A sudden change of pace, which isn't unheard of. I'm hearing it now. A sudden shift, a whole other scene. Roll credits, next episode. Are you still watching? And I think, no. Do I? Ask the birds. You'll go blind, you know, if you don't, he says. Kiss me, I mean, with a wink. That's a wank, I remind him. And it's good for you. It stops you getting cancer. It was on the telly. Okay, so another swerve. Sidestep the cancer, whip out the Febreze. He's brought Pop-Tarts. How 90s of you, I think. Or maybe I say that as well, I don't remember. And Kiora. Or it might be Umbongo or some knockoff, but the writing's in Arabic, so there's no real way to tell. It's jungle juice, he grins, which feels slightly racist and makes my throat go claggy. He sniffs around the cash and carry most days, pretends he does catering to get a Costco card. He'd struggle with a cup of soup. Thought we could have a picnic, but it's raining. So inside then. And he unwraps the turban and lays it on the lino, wafting it like a teenage mime act. I don't like parties. I don't like soirees or shindigs or socials or mingles or any other word that tries to pretend it's something other than it is. A picnic by any other name would stink as foul. It makes my eyeballs itch. The nails on my right hand start to flake. I think I fought for that scarf. You were there. You watched me wrestle it out of the clutches, well, the canines of me nana's Jack Russell. Yappy little thing called Maeve. We're not Irish, so I've no idea why. But I say, all right, because that's a much simpler response. It starts at my elbow, the twitching, which is odd because who thinks about their elbows? Elbows are like homeless people. You just try and pretend they don't exist. Kissing his elbow that time, by accident, felt rotten. When he moved too quick, and I was going for his shoulder, and I remember thinking, I wonder if anyone else has ever done that, or if anyone else ever will, or if I'll be the person kissing his accidental elbow forever. And it's just stupid, isn't it, when it comes down to it, that love loving someone was really about how many of their stupid body parts you've licked, when really you were trying to do something else altogether. It travels upwards to my shoulder. Slow, slow, quick, slow, like a geriatric minibus attempting the foxtrot. And then suddenly, not twitching anymore. It's something else I can't find the word for. In the same way you can't describe green. I think heart attack? But no. No one has a heart attack with Pop-Tarts, or they put it on the label. Arabic or otherwise. Armpit now. The fizzing, dancing around the tiny bump where I used to have a mole. Don't play with that or it'll come off and you'll bleed to death. My mum said that. It fell off in the back of a Citroen somewhere outside Dorking. You don't like anything berry, do you? No, I don't. You know this. I broke out in hives after a strawberry sundae at a motorway McDonald's one Easter weekend. I'll have the berries then. You try the other ones. I don't know what they are because the label's all smudged, but it looks brown, so let's take our chances. He grins. And I don't know what we're doing here. crag across my collarbone. I think, if this goes south below the belt, I'll look obscene in Aldi with a tent pole in my underpants. I practice saying, you come here with intentions, sir. You'll tell me he's left, or he's gone now, or however you'll phrase it. I don't try and guess. And you'll expect me to squeeze your ears or rub your neck, and next thing I'll be stroking the back of your hand just over that scar on your knuckle that looks like a wishbone. Or you'll be touching my beard and telling me it's grown, and have I thought about beard oil? It's brilliant stuff. And then on to the next, and the next, and the next, and then... what? In the end, I don't say any of that. I pierce a carton with a plastic straw while I've still got the use of my arms. Don't you need a toaster for Pop-Tarts? Apparently not. We're eating raw. He proves himself time and again, the kind of guy who takes his docks off in a train station coffee shop and cheerfully spends the next half hour buffing the tiles with his Christmas socks. Only this time they're my tiles, and they're squirming under his snowmen. Busy, open boxes, this is yours, paper plates and plastic forks. It's all so spontaneously planned. The thing is, I'd like to be a grown-up and tell him that I'll be here because I'm a bigger person or a better one. But the truth is, I'm not. So if he's here for whatever, then he really shouldn't have wasted his confectionery. I try and say that with my eyes, as my legs clamp together and the inside of my thighs turn to pebble dash. I'd prefer Yorkstone cladding given the choice, but I don't suppose there is one. I'd love to crick my middle toe. If we could have had a baby, at least I'd have some proof, wouldn't I? That it all happened. That I wasn't just a moly boy with coleslaw skin and hang-ups, but faggots don't get that, do we? You hate the word faggot. Always did. I'm sorry about that. Thing is, I'm 65% shingle now, and I'm not feeling sympathetic. You know them photos of kids in war zones where they're running or crying or they've got dust clouds blowing in their face and it's fucking hell, and you just think, Jesus, they don't deserve that. They didn't ask for that. It's really not the same thing, I know, but it also kind of is. Smiley, smiley. 6 months down the road, we're all so special and emotionally evolved. Look at our improvised inside al fresco. He's even remembered the kitchen roll. That's the chingon now. Pure granite. I doubt I can burp anymore. The pigeons start flocking at the window. I'm in a cul-de-sac, so that'll cause a stink. An oil slick of an aviary, smearing my double glazing, licking off the window lean. You took your time. I squint. Haven't seen you since the summer of 16, when I dyed my hair green and the man in the urinals grabbed my cock, unprovoked. Coo, coo. They send me telepathic messages. One is, really sorry, we'd have liked to intervene, but we're only birds, and blah, blah, blah. The other is, I hope you got that mole checked out. Or perhaps they spell that out with their beaks. Throat goes last. Wasted all that time. I could have been speaking, spilling, but I didn't. And I think, in a way that's good, because no one gets the talks they want to talk. So you sort of have to wonder, what happens to all the words? Where did they go? You know how when it's rained and then it suns and it's all a bit horrible? Like a massive petrol river with bits of old dandelion in puddles. That's how it feels when I try to find them. Drag them back. Eat up, it'll get cold. I'm already 3 below zero when he puts his hand on my knee. In Leeds once, I cut my finger on a big razor and bandaged it with Rizzlers. And I thought to myself, you will always be this person. I'm stoned now. I'm a stone-cold man at an indoor picnic. The pigeons are waiting to shit on my head, and he's just spilt umbongo on me nan's scarf.